Welcome to another episode of Sherry Aficionado. And today we're back for part 2 of our exploration into the world of González byass and Tio Pepe. In episode 1, we focused very much on the liquid history, the firm foundations of the bodega. In this episode, we're going to go a little bit further into how they're using those foundations to reach new markets under the banner of #SherryRevolution.
Bueno, Paul, a mí que me gusta hablar mucho de la Cherry Revolution, pero claro, las revoluciones las hacen la gente joven. Habría que preguntarle a Silvia, bueno, ¿cuál es su concepto de la Cherry Revolution y cómo lo encaja en el mundo de la gastronomía, en el mundo del buen vivir, en el mundo del pasárselo bien?
Por supuesto. Al fin y al cabo, la Sherry Revolution no es más que esto, ¿no? Es enseñar al mundo lo que tenemos nosotros en la bodega y, bueno, también darle la mano a la gastronomía y en el caso de Tio Pepe en Rama, que tenemos aquí un vino magnífico y fenomenal para poder acompañarlo, ¿no? Para poder sentarlo en una mesa y acompañarlo de infinidad de platos y elaboraciones con los que va a casar y va a ir fenomenal. Hablaría de ostras, hablaría, por supuesto, de jamón ibérico, que todos sabemos que eso va muy, pero que muy bien. Diferentes tipos de tapa, pero también Paul es súper versátil y puede ir con diferentes tipos de elaboraciones de cocinas de otras partes del mundo, como por ejemplo la mexicana, un ceviche, un aguachile, o irnos directamente a pescado crudo, ¿no? A comida japonesa, que sabemos que funciona muy, pero muy bien. Y eso sería, yo creo que parte de la Sherry Revolution, que es, bueno, pues enseñar, ¿no? Esos vinos tan gastronómicos que son los vinos de Jerez, esa diversidad tan grande que existe con todos los diferentes tipos de vinos que tenemos y poder sentarlos a la mesa, disfrutarlos, conocerlos, ¿no? Y jugar también con ellos y ofrecérselo también a la gente joven, ¿por qué no? Ese es uno de mis objetivos. Aprender de la mano de mi padre, pues todo el legado, toda la tradición, que él de eso sabe muchísimo y bueno, pues llevarlo a toda esa gente joven y también formarlos de alguna manera para que entiendan que detrás de una copa de Tio Pepe en Rama hay legado, hay tradición, hay un momento gastronómico enorme y hay mucho disfrute.
Bueno.
Salud.
Salud.
Cheers.
Today, González byass owns 700 hectares of vineyards in the Sherry region, with a further 150 under long-term management. Of course, they produce many different styles and qualities of wine, but Tio Pepe itself is produced exclusively from superior vineyards in the Marchanudo Alto Carrascal and Burujuena Agos, with only free-run and first-press must used. So now we have some idea about the essence of Tio Pepe and this focus on quality and excellence. What is, after all, a product designed for mass consumption? It's the largest selling Fino across the world. Now, as a former advertising man, I'm acutely aware that even with a great product, you also need to market it if you're going to really drive sales. And who better to ask about that than the man responsible today for marketing Tio Pepe, Jose Argudo.
These are wines that once dominated the world and made Jerez and the surrounding towns of the Sherry Triangle some of the richest places on earth. So here we are in one of the more famous bodegas within this amazing complex, La Concha. This was originally designed by Gustave Eiffel and then actually built by someone else, I think some British people from Seville, if I'm not mistaken. But it's an amazing structure. And it also houses the kind of international distribution of Tio Pepe today, and probably some other things as well. But why am I telling you this when I have the man who knows all about it, Jose Algudo, who is responsible for marketing Tio Pepe and other things across the business? Jose, tell me a little bit about perhaps the evolution of the Tio Pepe brand and its global presence today.
Well, thank you, Paul. For me, it's an honor to be part of this company. And as you were saying, Tio Pepe is a wine that has been well known all over the world. You can see the flags of the countries where we export our brands. This company is nearly 200 years old, and Jerez has been a wine area since the Phoenicians. No? So the evolution has been amazing. No? And imagine that you can find a bottle of Tio Pepe all over the world, and nowadays we are living what we like to call a sort of a sherry revolution, because authenticity, quality is fortunately back, and people are really enjoying quality wines. There are quite a few factors that are helping out on that. No? Of course, the high gastronomy from this country. Spain is nowadays one of the most important countries.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, in terms of gastronomy, and sherry is always there. When you taste one of those huge menus of plenty of dishes, sherry is there at least in a couple of them. Otherwise, you are not in the correct restaurant. I promise you. But then you can imagine how interesting is the mixologies with sherry. Young people all over the world, Asia, United States, are crazy making cocktails based on sherry, not only in Tio Pepe, but also in sweet sherries.
What other markets around the world, outside of maybe Europe, are becoming more interesting for you? It's been a difficult context with COVID and other things to get a reading, but what's your feeling about where the opportunities are?
Well, I do appreciate you tell my feelings, no? Because of course the figures are there, but my feelings are that of course our local market is becoming really, really popular, fortunately, because Spain is an incoming country receiving a lot of tourism every single year, and gastronomy is cool, and people are discovering sherry bars, wine bars all over the places, and it's amazing, no? But of course, the UK is a great market for us, and to be honest, during the COVID, the market was booming. Now the key point is to try to maintain this evolution now on that fortunately we left behind this epidemic. But also I think we have a great opportunity in the United States, huge market. There we have some great ambassadors like Jose Andres, which is a great chef, which are making a great job to put our agro industry on top of the table, no? And this is a really opportunity. We have our own company there, and we are looking forward to grow in the States. But also Asia is also, it's a big, huge market. We always have a lot of expectative there. Japan has been a historical country where maybe the food that matches marvelous with our wine, and the culture of the maybe other key points like flamenco, for example, in Japan, giving us a lot of success. And obviously China and other countries, although the world is a bit shaky today, but we are hoping to have a good evolution there.
Well, the Japanese thing with the food connection, obviously, and just with the sophistication of Japanese palates for all things, I think is really fascinating. And certainly, I'm hoping we can take Sherry Aficionado on the road. And there's no place I'd rather go than Tokyo, I think. So
it's a lovely place.
Maybe we should go together for that one.
Yeah, let me know. I will come with you.
Well, I'm starting to get a bit thirsty. But before we do some serious tasting, I do need to share with you just what an amazing place this bodega is. González byass have 92 hectares of land inside Jerez. Some of that is in the Las Copas vinification center on the road to Cadiz. But this complex alone is like a town within a city. Indeed, it was part of the city, but as the company expanded, it ended up enclosing some of the old streets into the bodega. There are some amazing corners of great tranquility to discover, and some astonishing architecture. We've already seen La Concha. Here is La Constancia, built in 1955, a classic example of the sherry cathedral. And here is Los Apóstoles, built in 1855 in a quadrangle shape, hosting a 16 cherry wood cask array that are over 300 years old, and recently lovingly restored. And there is much more to see. We're approaching the last building that I want to show you, a much later construction, the Gran Bodega Tio Pepe, a massive 3-story concrete building created between 1960 and 1963, a building so innovative at the time that it features in the National Plan for the Conservation of 20th Century Cultural Heritage. But perhaps the best thing about this building is that it houses the tasting rooms, also rather artfully installed within the dome.
This is the final stop for most people on their tour around the building. It's an astonishing mini Guggenheim space constructed within the amazing dome of the Gran Bodega Tio Pepe. Now we come to the best section of the whole moment, which is maybe a little bit of wine tasting. So we have here a selection of Gonzalez byass wines. I'm going to pick 3 of them, and the winemaker, Sylvia's here again with us, is going to tell me what I should be looking for and what the team have delivered in each of these glasses. And I think it would be wrong of me not to begin with the reason we're here in the first place, good old classic Tio Pepe.
Yeah.
All right. So, Sylvia, what am I expecting when I look at this?
So you have on the glass a white wine made with Palomino Fino grape, and actually the alcohol is in 15 degrees, and here you have a very, very dry white wine and lot of salinity. You can smell a hint of green apple and almonds and marzipan, indeed.
And that's from the sort of yeast and lees
All
effect,
these
right?
aromas
Yeah.
are from the yeast, because the yeast is the absolutely protagonist of the elaboration of this type of wine. So Tio Pepe has 4 years aging in American oak barrel, and the identity of Tio Pepe is its salinity, its dryness, and of course its freshness.
Freshness, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What else important? It's also vegan wine.
Ah, okay.
It is.
So, Jose, you've probably drunk more Tio Pepe than me over the years, though I must say I've done quite well historically with this. But what do you look for when you taste?
Well, I think Tio Pepe is happiness, is enjoying with friends, having a good meal, being around the city or at the beach with your colleagues, and of course enjoying our lovely food. At the end of the time, is what we always say is Andalusian sign in a bottle. So that's Tio Pepe for me.
It's so versatile because you can enjoy a glass of Tio Pepe, just just a glass, or you can enjoy a meal with Tio Pepe.
Yeah. I mean,
Awesome.
the freshness and lightness is always there, but it is also quite a complex wine, I think, and has some real length to it. And for me, as we were saying earlier on the tour, the most amazing thing is there's almost nowhere in the world where, with a little bit of effort at least, you can't find a bottle of Tio Pepe, and the quality is consistently pretty much the same, which is obviously the plan.
Exactly.
Well, good work.
Thank you very much.
You see, I'm a very bad taster because I tend to drink the entire glass, as you may have noticed. So one of my favorite styles of sherry always is the Palo Cortado.
Yeah.
And I'm again reasonably familiar with this one. In fact, we enjoyed a glass just the other day, I believe, last time I was here. So Tell me a little. So there's a movie called The Mystery of Palo Cortado, which never reveals the mystery of Palo Cortado, incidentally,
No.
for those of you who wish to look at that. But tell me a little bit about what a Palo Cortado is, and then what I can expect in this one.
This is our Palo Cortado called Leonor. And this is a very special Palo Cortado because we made from the same grape that with Tio Pepe, with Palomino Fino.
Sí.
But in that case, we use the same free run juice that in Tio Pepe we use too. But in that case, where the fermentation is done, then in the moment of the fortification, in Tio Pepe, we added a neutral alcohol spirit to reach 15 degrees, okay? But in the case of Leonor, we added the alcohol neutral spirit to reach 18 degrees.
Yes. Yeah.
Because here, in that case, we are looking for the oxidation.
Hence the colour that we
But
developed.
the base
Yeah.
wine is very, very finest base wine.
Yep.
And we're looking for all the finest from the free run juice. And then aging for a very long time, 12 years aging
12
in
years, okay.
our Solera of American oak barrel. So the identity of Leonor is a very an amazing smelly wine.
Mm-hmm.
And you can smell all the nuts, hints, and aromas, but delicate. And on the palate,
Time
the
to try.
flavor.
Okay.
It's like a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Because you can
It is an
feel
explosion of
how-
flavours.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Actually, 2 or 3 explosions, mid-palate
Yeah.
and then the length.
a lot of nuts and dried fruit.
I will say Leonor is a very elegant wine.
Yeah.
I know elegant
is.
can be different to
It
measure,
is.
but it's up to you. I think it's a fantastic, a very gastronomic wine, but in my opinion, it's just an elegant wine.
Yeah, I think when I try to convert people to the world of sherry, which is not always so easy, as all of us know,
It's not.
I often try them with a Fino or a Manzanilla, and sometimes I think if they are red wine drinkers generally,
Yeah.
if they like cognac, like other things, maybe I should try the Palo Cortado
Yeah.
approach, because I think it is the complexity of the taste are maybe more similar to those things that people are used to elsewhere, without the sort of acetaldehyde effect that you get from
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm coming around that this is maybe the gateway drug into sherries. One more sip before we move on.
Okay.
That's okay. Well, thank you so much for taking me through some of your wines and for the whole
It's
experience.
absolutely
It's been great to spend some time with you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. So Carlos, thank you so much for this tour and this insight really into some of the history of the family. It's quite a setup you have here.
Absolutely. I mean, we are just at the end of the experience at González Vías, and well, you know, I don't want to call it a visit. When you are here, you are having a fantastic experience around Jerez, and I think this is quite unique in the world. So,
Yeah, and I think for so many people it is the first port of call, and for many their first introduction perhaps to the world of sherry.
absolutely.
I'm hoping obviously they'll end up joining Sherry Aficionado in due course so they can continue their education. But it seems to me that González Vías makes a big contribution in so many ways to the whole kind of tourism and just generally the kind of marketing of Jerez.
Definitely, yes. I think because we are having around 200,000 people coming to visit us every year. And well, 200,000 people, I think this makes us the most visited or the first visited winery in Europe. And these people, when they are coming to Jerez, they are dedicating their time to us. So we have to give them a full experience, a good introduction to sherries if they are not expert, but also a bit of tourist. This is also a monument, and well, of course, finishing the experience in our fantastic restaurant Pedro Nolasco, where you can have absolutely amazing food paired with sherries.
Yep,
They have a
I've been guilty
fantastic-
of trying that myself in the past. And I think, you continue to expand the offer here. So you now have a hotel as well, I believe.
Yes. Just before the COVID, we opened our hotel, Hotel Tio Pepe, that is at the end of the street.
Hotel Tio Pepe?
Yes,
How did you come
Hotel
up with that
Tio
name?
Pepe, yes. So, well, where you can be delighted and enjoying the experience. We also have a fantastic festival during the summer. This is the Tio Pepe Festival with famous singers, important restaurants that are coming here to offer, to make the summer offer in Jerez absolutely fantastic.
And you do that inside the bodega grounds?
Yes. Everything is done in here and in another bodega just on the way to El Puerto Santa Maria.
Okay, yeah.
So we have a bit more of space.
I mean, you only have 92 hectares, so
Yes.
how could you possibly fit a
but,
festival in?
we have found a bit of space to organize this, and really the festival is absolutely amazing, better and better every year.
And that's in August, is it?
That's at the end of July, beginning of August.
Okay, next year. I must
Next
come
year
back.
you have to come here. Yes, you are more than welcome.
Thank you. So thank you again so much.
Thank you very much,
Bye.
and well, hope to see you back in Jerez.
You will. So as Carlos Gonzalez Gordon was saying earlier, as they look to extend the overall Tio Pepe experience, you can now even stay in a Tio Pepe hotel right within the Tio Pepe complex here. And I have to say that should you choose to do that, the views aren't too bad. I've really enjoyed the opportunity to get a privileged insight into Gonzalez Byass and the incredible brand that is Tio Pepe. For me, Tio Pepe offers attainable excellence with a guarantee of quality. And wherever you are in the world, you can find it. And if you're lucky, you can even find Tio Pepe en Rama. One of the messages I've been keen to convey through this series is that the story of sherry is not just a story of an amazing wine, it's the story of a country's history. And Tio Pepe is one of the greatest exemplars of that. Tio Pepe is welded into the national consciousness in Spain. I think the best symbol of that is the Tio Pepe sign, a national monument that lies in the Puerta del Sol in Madrid. And as one former mayor said, this is an indelible symbol of our national consciousness. So I hope you've enjoyed this visit with Gonzalez Byass and Tio Pepe. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps us with this channel and allows us to make more films in future. I'd also love to hear about your own experiences with Tio Pepe or any of the other Gonzalez Byass brands. And I'd love to hear your suggestions about what aspects of sherry we could cover in future episodes. So thank you for watching. Salud y nos vemos.